of it.
So when you started this protocol, you were going through some pretty intense symptoms of, you said you were really hungry. You said the astringency of food pulls things out, and that's
I
like
was
if you ever have
defecating, couldn't believe.
mm,
I had no idea. I'm like, all I'm eating is water, really. And the poop was coming out of me like I was going to the bathroom 5 times a day, and I'm telling you, I was filling the toilet bowl because
mm,
you have pounds, 10 to 15 pounds of desiccated waste lining your colon and organs and intestines that stays with you forever because you keep putting the bad stuff in your body and your body has no time to digest and remove the food because we're eating 3 to 6 times a day, right? And we're not supposed to be eating that much. So continue with your beautiful
so
summation.
yeah, so you were experiencing these symptoms, and the way that you this is kind of interesting to me because I remember I tried to do a raw vegan diet at one point, or I tried to do like a raw till four, back when, it was like 2000, and I'm gonna say 15 or 16 or something. It was quite a while ago, almost like 5 or 6 years ago, and I was watching like Durian Rider and Freely the Banana Girl. So it'd be like you'd eat raw vegan diets to a certain point, and I would try eating a bunch of raw grapes, and it would feel good, but then I would get this incredible, horrible stomach ache for like half an hour,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
like
That
unlike
happened to me in the beginning.
anything.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out, I was like, what is going on? And it was really weird because it would go away. Like the cure that I found for it was I would have a small tablespoon of peanut butter. And as soon as I
Mm.
ate peanut butter or like something with fat in it, it would within 60 seconds, it would stop completely. And I
Right.
never figured out why. I couldn't figure out like why that was happening to me because I could eat grapes outside of the context of everything else, right? Like I was like, I could eat fruit, I could eat all this stuff, but as soon as I tried to eat it on its own, on an empty stomach, especially, I would get this horrible pain in my stomach, like fetal position for half an hour. And I never really understood why. And it's sounding like if this is the case that you eat fruit and all of a sudden it's pushing against all this gunk and it's freeing up all this stuff that hasn't moved around a lot, then your system's having a hard time clearing it. That's kind of
Yeah.
that sounds really
Yes.
painful. so
Yes.
so
That happened
the
to me
the
with
way
grapes too.
mm, was it grapes specifically? Was it other fruit that happened
No, it
with you
was
as
grapes
well, or
specifically. Grapes are
mm,
the most astringent, right? If you want to cure cancer, you live on grapes for 40 days
mm,
and you'll cure cancer because you just
wow.
clean out the fungus in your body.
So how much were you eating? Your acupuncturist recommended that you ate a lot of food, and I know you don't eat a ton of food now, from
Right.
just based on looking at your Instagram page and seeing, I think you eat 2 meals a day plus the marine
Three.
phytoplankton of
Three.
three
Yeah.
meals a day. Right,
Yeah.
but 3 meals a day of just fruit, right? That's, when you look at, because everyone's obsessed with calories in, calories out, that's not a huge amount of calories. And your weight is, obviously, I scrolled your whole Instagram, and your weight has looked stable the entire time. Your body composition hasn't changed a tremendous amount, right? Just eating this way of living. So when you first went on this diet and you were like, you felt like this need for avocado and a raw wrap and this denser, heavier food. How much were you eating throughout the day, and what do you think was happening in your body? Um, like you said, you were defecating a lot, but how much food were you actually consuming?
Before the avocado, I was having 5 meals. I was eating like every hour.
Hmm.
Every hour, I was eating some form of fruit. And I was always trying to change my fruits. Now I eat mono fruit. I wasn't combining fruits. I mean, when I eat only one type of fruit
Hmm.
because if you mix fruits, they also become acidic in your body.
Hmm.
Because when the hominid was scavenging the earth, you didn't have an orange tree next to a blueberry bush. There were orchards. Then you'd have to walk miles to find the next orchard. So mono eating, and that includes meat. If I were going to be a carnivore again, I would never eat it with vegetables. I would only
Hmm.
eat meat. That's best for the body is to just consume one type of food. Um, so I would eat 4 or 5 times a day, and then at night I'd have 2 avocados on that raw food wrap, no salt. Like I'm completely against salt. The electrolytes in your body come from calcium. You don't need outside electrolytes.
Mm.
You need calcium, and you get plenty of that in marine phytoplankton, which also has chlorophyll. And the chlorophyll gives me all the B vitamins I need. So my body's literally assimilating its own B vitamins because of the marine phytoplankton, right? It's really a godsend, and it's like the secret ingredient, I think, for me, for health. So the reason I was feeling the need to eat the avocados at night is because even after eating 5 meals, and I would say I would eat like 4 oranges in the morning, then I'd have some watermelon, then I would have a few peaches and plums, and then I would have like a bag of cherries, and I would still feel hungry because I was in major detox because there was no insulin being secreted. So my body was in constant detox, and it took a lot of energy out of me. So by the end of the night, I would feel exhausted. And then once I ate the guacamole, I'd feel better because the guacamole has PUFAs, polyunsaturated fats,
Mm-hmm.
and that stopped my nerves from being overactive. So it stimulated my body to make insulin. And really, we're addicted to the stimulation of eating.
Mm.
We're addicted to a lot of things, but people would never think that eating is actually an addiction because you need the stimulation of the salts and the fats and the proteins. We're just taught from an early age that, well, we need the right macronutrients. But no, you're addicted to adrenaline, you're addicted to cortisol because whatever animal you kill or fish you eat, it comes with a price, right? And in my mind now, I mean, I haven't eaten flesh in 10 years, and I don't need to experiment. I've done it. I know that the experimentation didn't work well for my body. It was dying. So I will never go back to flesh because I will never do that. I mean, it's already been 10 years. I'm way over.